Dear friends, very, very welcome to this most beautiful evening with Mr. Jack Lenz, a musician, a father, an artist, if you ask me, a genius, but I won't add more to it because he's looking down in it and it means that I'm embarrassing him. So, anyways, I wanted to welcome every one of you, and we will start with a prayer. uh, Tarajan, are you available? Welcome, Patricia. Go ahead, please. If we can all mute ourselves, it would be wonderful.
I'm going to chant a hidden word number 18. به نام گوینده توانا ای اهل فردوس بری اهل یقین را اخبار نمایی که در فضای قدس قرب رضوان روزه دیدی ظاهر گشته و جمیع اهل عالی و هیاکل خلد برین طائفه حول آن گشتند. پس جهدی نمایی تا به آن مقام درآیی و حقایق اسرار عشق را از شقایقش جویی و جمیع حکمت های بالغه احدیه را از اسمار باقیش بیابی و حقایق اسرارش را از شقایقش جویی و جمیع حکمت‌های بالغه هدیه را از اسمار باقیش بیابی. غرت أبصار الذين هم دخلوا فيها harmony.
Dear friends, I wanted to welcome every one of you for joining us tonight. Tonight is a celebration which we call it Most Great Festival of Ridván. It's a time of jubilation and happiness. I'm so glad that Jack accepted to be here tonight. I would like to welcome our friends from Malaysia, Joni from Montreal, Miss Sala again, and thank you, Nargis Khanum. What time is it there? Oh, 7 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you for waking up so early. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Earl, for joining us for the first time. I hope you will enjoy tonight, and much love and welcome to every single one of you. Tonight is a very special, nice night, and the only one who could have done that is Jack. So I was thinking about asking someone to help us for Rizwan, and I thought, who else but Jack? And he accepted it as always immediately. I'll give you a quick bio the uh, for Jack, although everyone in the world knows him, but just to make sure I've done my job. Uh, Jack Lenz is a Baha'i composer who has written songs, film, and TV scores for films and TV series, and is dedicated to bring hope to his fellow human beings through music and film. He has 7 children and lives in Toronto. Jack, welcome. Happy Rizwan. Thank you for being here tonight.
Same to you, Farouz, and all of your wonderful friends here. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay. First of all, Farouz, thank you for asking me because you know I think there's nothing. It's very difficult to explain or even to speak after hearing Tara chant. I have to say, we're uh, the artist. I've always felt like there was the wonderful description of a great artist is like a fine sheet of metal, very fine, and it hangs in the wind, and every least breeze makes it tremble and move and, and vibrate. And so it'll take me a little while to recover from that beautiful chant because I'm going to feel like a very blunt, dull instrument after that. I have to tell you, it's the combination of the perfection of Tara's voice in combination with these words of Baha'u'llah, that hidden word number 8. And I hope you'll all go up and go and look for that hidden word after tonight. Tara, maybe you could tell us, was it from the Persian or from the Arabic? I'm not
Number 18, Persian.
Number 18 from the Persian,
Yes,
sorry.
1-8.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not 8. Okay, good. Thank you
yes,
very much.
you're
And
welcome.
I wish I knew the English translation, but maybe a little later you could tell us. I hope you'll chant again because I will feel much better with you singing than me. and uh, and I say that with all my heart because you know it's very I know that in the Western world we're used to sort of what we call popular music that's based on a basically what's called a major scale or a minor scale.
Jack, would it be possible for you to raise your voice a bit
Sure,
higher?
absolutely.
They are writing for me in chat that they need to hear you a bit better.
Sure, and I'll see if I can turn it up a little bit here too. Is that better? I wanted to have it close to the piano, but I'll speak up as well.
Thank you.
Is
Thank you
that
so
better?
much. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. So the idea of this music that we heard, this chanting that we heard, it's a classical style of Iranian music that really emerged once Islam uh, entered Iran, which is in about the ninth century. And the influence, Iranian music is very old because it probably originated at least 2 to 3 thousand years before Christ, right? But this style of singing is considered to be ancient. And when you combine that style of singing with that chanting, because they refer to it as chanting, but it's the intonation of a language which is also one of the most beautiful languages in the world, which is Persian. And uh, Baha'is are used to hearing it because we have wonderful Persian friends all over the world. They left Iran and went to so many countries, and then after the Islamic Republic, many of them were left as well for safety reasons because they're still persecuted in Iran. But what's interesting is that tradition of singing and that tradition of intoning these verses of the messenger of God, whether it was Muhammad or now the Bab and Baha'u'llah, it has a remarkable impact on the heart. And
Mhm.
so I always treasure hearing that, and I'm really hoping that before I die, that I'll get to be able to put Tara's voice in a film because it's just such an extraordinary voice, has such an incredibly beautiful resonance. So, saying all that, I'll try now to sing after her chanting. Uh, but I have to, I always make an excuse because, I wasn't raised as a singer, I was raised as a piano player. And in Saskatchewan, it was a lot of fun being able to play an instrument because you were busy every weekend playing at dances, right? Uh, so I just got lucky because I ended up being able to make a career out of it, writing music. But really, the only music I sing is the music I write for the Baha'i community and the music that I'm inspired to write about the messages and teachings of the Baha'i faith. So this first song, well, first of all, I have to mention something about gardens because there's a place called the Garden of Ridván, and that's where this actual declaration of Baha'u'llah occurred around this time in 1863. And he declared that he was a messenger of God in this garden, which was on an island in the middle of the Tigris River. And that, he was a prisoner of both the Ottoman and the Persian empires in Iraq at that time. And he was being forced to leave Iraq and go on a long journey that would eventually lead him to being imprisoned for the rest of his life in the fortress colony of Akka, which was in Palestine at the time. So he was sent there, but before he went, he gathered everybody in this garden and he announced that he was a messenger of God, as promised by God, and that his message was about the unity of the human race. And he makes all these comparisons in his writings about how humanity are like flowers in a garden. So it has great significance that he started and declared his mission publicly in a garden, right? And we know there are a lot of gardens in religious history, going back as far as, the Garden of Eden, right? And that's a remarkable story too, because that story is about a garden and a tree, and the tree was called, you remember, the tree of good and evil, right? And because they picked the fruit from the tree of good and evil, they actually elevated humanity into the concept of choice, right? So you can think of the Adamic cycle as beginning with Adam and ending with Muhammad, so a long period of time, 6,000 years. But Adam was not the first man. He was the first prophet of that cycle, because we know from science that men existed and women, people existed long before Adam. So it's a very interesting history when you start to read the writings of Baha'u'llah and you see all of these references to gardens, and that this garden of humanity is really something that we are all responsible to care for, to till, to grow flowers, to grow gardens, to feed one another, to nurture one another. So the garden has a lot of analogy and a lot of relevance to how we treat one another. And in these current times where people aren't treating each other so well, and where governments aren't necessarily looking after their citizens, it's important that we remember that God gave us this garden of humanity and that we have to care for it. We have to become in this song that I'm going to play for you, it's called Love is Coming to the Beautiful World. But the last line in each verse says, to be the gardeners of this beautiful world. In other words, to become the gardeners of this beautiful world. So I wanted to play this song, especially because of this Garden of Ridván, where Baha'u'llah made this announcement, which Baha'is all over the world celebrate for a period of 12 days. The only other song I know about 12 days is the 12 Days of Christmas. So this is a little different. And this is called Love is Coming to the Beautiful World. Love is coming to the world. Love is coming to the world. I want to tell you about a story from long ago, about a mother who sent her children out to sow the seeds of love and justice, plant them row by row, and trust us to be the gardeners of this beautiful world. The soil was hard, the children worked it night and day. Some lost hope and some they went their separate way. A house divided on a rocky shore could turn to sand and be no more. To be the gardeners of this beautiful world. And I can see that love is coming. And I can see that love is coming, yes. I can see that love is coming to the beautiful world. Now the children know that they must find a way, find a kindness, find a vision of a brighter day. So I'm asking Father to help us bring a world of love and justice, and be the gardeners of this beautiful world. And I can see that love is coming. And I can see that love is coming, yes. And I can see that love is coming to the beautiful world, beautiful world, to the beautiful world, beautiful world. And oh, how we this world uh, is a temporary world. It's a garden which is reflective of a much greater world. And I've been always interested in this subject, especially working in music, because I think music is something that has the capacity to lift us, in a sense, out of this world and let us see maybe a different horizon, to provide almost like a ladder by which we ascend and view the world in a different way. And I'm sure that you've had that experience, all of you, listening to music of Bach, music of Mozart, music of Beethoven, music of people whose music will last and has lasted for hundreds of years, because it continues to have that impact. And it's the same as listening to to our friend Tara, because that music is just, that sound just transports you, right? You feel like you're in a different condition. But there's something interesting about this idea that beyond that, music and art has the capacity to actually reveal the splendors situated beyond the tomb, beyond this world. Because this world, even though we enjoy the beauty of nature, we enjoy music, we enjoy our relationships, our families, people that we love, it's a very temporary world. And it is temporary because it is not our home. It is not our it is our final resting place in terms of the body or the temple, but it is not the home of the soul. And the soul, every soul in the Baha'i teachings, we're taught that every soul transcends death. Every soul survives death. And its survival and its continuation is assured. It's just a question of what state we're in, right? We have all these references in scriptures of the past about heaven and hell, about punishment and reward. And it's almost like a childlike understanding. Well, heaven is this place with golden roads and beautiful, a beautiful existence. And hell is the opposite. It's fire and brimstone and what we can now understand is that those were references to states of being. They weren't places, right? So the soul is capable of being in heaven or in hell. We can be in that place, as we all know, in this life, from day to day. There's sometimes no predicting it, but the reality is that we transcend, our souls transcend death. And so these glimpses that we get through art, through music, through beauty, through things in this world that really are so compelling that we feel somehow that we've been transported out of this world and we experience something quite profound. It's very difficult to hang on to it for very long. They're fleeting glimpses almost, but they are there to demonstrate. And Baha'u'llah says Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, says that one of the principal ways that we discover that is through dreams. That dreams are the way that God has given us to understand that there's a different reality. Because in that reality, in the dream world, all of a sudden you're free of all limitation. You can travel anywhere. You can meet all kinds of interesting and certainly in my dreams, some very strange people. But you can travel and you can experience that in the dream world, you can experience something that is not taking place here, right? And even though the brain is not active, the soul is free to travel and free to experience these things. And so he gives us this indication that there is some greater world beyond this world. And that is really, that's almost, and maybe it's because I'm 75, but that's the world I'm really interested in now. And I'm sure any of my fellow septuagenarians are probably feeling that as well. But it's a very interesting point in life to be able to say, and my children think I'm quite nuts because I'm looking forward to that world. I'm so curious about it. And I'm curious because I know that we have this connection with it. We have a connection through prayers. We have a connection through thinking of these people or doing things in their names, in their, remembering them in our prayers. There's a very interesting prayer that Baha'u'llah, that actually Abdul Baha, the son of Baha'u'llah, wrote. And it goes like this. He says, "O Lord, in this most great dispensation, thou hast provided for a special dispensation for parents," right? And then he talks about how in this world, parents, it's a broad description of the prayer and the idea that in this world, parents seldom get to see the reward of their children, right? We don't last long enough to see the oftentimes the fulfillment. My own mom died when I was in my teens. So I feel like what I can do is I can pray for my parents. And he has this very interesting quote where he says, "Blessed are they who remember their parents when communing with God," right? So but it's interesting that he says, after each prayer, the servant, which is, we are servants of God, the servant should intercede on behalf of their parents and beg, ask God for mercy and forgiveness for them. And then he says, thereupon God's call will be raised. It's such an interesting quote. He says, and thousand upon thousand of what you have asked for them will be your recompense. Then he says, blessed is he who remembereth his parents when communing with God. So he implies that you can actually improve the condition of your parents' lives in that next world through your prayers here, right? And you're probably wondering what that has to do with Ridván, but the thing that I love about the whole idea of a time that celebrates the coming of a messenger of God to the world. I mean, we celebrate in Christianity and Judaism, we celebrate birthdays and the days like Easter coming up now where Jesus was martyred. We celebrate, in every religious culture, we celebrate the lives of these remarkable beings, these messengers and prophets of God. But what's amazing to me is that even though we celebrate them, we don't realize that they have appeared in this world as beings of light, is the best way I can describe it. Beings that are pure souls, beings that demonstrate the example of how we should act and how we should treat one another. And it's pretty consistent that they've been treated pretty badly when they come to give us this guidance. So it's no surprise, it shouldn't be a surprise that Baha'u'llah was in the process of being banished from this place and chose that moment to tell his family, his followers, and the world around him that he was a messenger of God. So I always feel like, it's not just the event, it's just not the celebration of that event, but it's the recognition of what a remarkable being, probably the most remarkable being, and beings, I should say, to ever draw breath on this planet. They're not like us. They assume the human form, but they are otherworldly beings. And they deliver a book. Even though, Christ was illiterate, Muhammad was illiterate, those teachings, those things that they said and the things that were written down as Muhammad spoke, which is the Quran, these were teachings that established civilizations, right? They're here for there was a forerunner to Baha'u'llah called the Bab, and his life was very much like the life of John the Baptist. He was and of Jesus. He announced his mission as a 25-year-old. He was executed by the Iranian government of Persia at the time, under Muhammad Shah. He was executed by a firing squad at the age of 31. Very similar to the life of Jesus, who started his mission in his 20s and was martyred when he was 31. So these beings are just, they're not understood, right? We don't, I can't understand what that reality would be. I'll never understand it. I'll try to understand it. I read and study his writings. I read and study the writings of Muhammad, of Jesus, of Moses, Buddha, Krishna. Most of us have grown up with a religion. Whether we practice it or not is really a choice, an individual choice, but we've all grown up with it. So I wrote this song for my children, and I want to play it for you. It's called The Song of the Prophets. And the one reason I wanted to write it was so that I could teach them, and I could also remember what order they appeared in, right? And so this lists most of the major prophets of God. Obviously, there are bound to be some missing, because it's a song, and I could only get so many into the song. But you'll recognize the names. And what I ask people to do is to think about these names and the influence of these souls, and to think about how unique they were, but also that perhaps they were like a sun, S-U-N, that rose at a different place on the horizon of humanity's journey. So think of them as a sun. Think of them as probably the same spirit, the same being appearing in different forms through history, perhaps. So it's an interesting idea. But this song is dedicated to them, and I often think of them as a circle of light, an actual circle of light, where each being lived in this world, sacrificed, taught, and contributed to civilizations that emerged, whether they were based on Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and now we regard both the Bab and Baha'u'llah as two messengers of God that came in close proximity to one another, like twin stars, who in fact are going to establish a global civilization. Noah, Abraham, and Krishna, Moses, Zoroaster, Buddha, Jesus Christ, and Muhammad, the Bab and Baha'u'llah. Noah, Abraham, and Krishna, Moses, Zoroaster, Buddha, Jesus Christ, and Muhammad, the Bab and Baha'u'llah. They are the waves of one sea, and they are the birds of Moses, Zoroaster, Buddha, Jesus Christ and Mohammed, the Bab and Baha'i. They are the waves of one sea, and they are the birds of one tree, singing one song. They are the lamps of one light. Come and be their lovers, be lovers, be lovers, be. Come and be their lovers, be lovers, be lovers, be. Come and be their lovers, be lovers, be lovers, be lovers of delight. Noah, Abraham and Krishna, Moses, Zoroaster, Buddha, Jesus Christ and Mohammed, the Bab and Baha'u'llah. I would love to, the thing that's hard about Zoom is that I can't hear anything from you. So I always just feel like I hope I'm doing a good job for Farouz, and I feel like I'm just in one sense alone in my basement, uh, trying to communicate. So I hope you'll be patient with me. But one of the things that I really love about the Baha'i teachings is that everywhere you turn, and I've had a chance to travel all over the world and meet Baha'i communities all over the world and play music. Every time I do that, I'm struck by how common our experience is globally. Um, I think that it's possible that this example of unity among peoples all over the earth needs to be celebrated, especially in a time when you hear people saying, America first, even Canada first. You know how hard it is for everybody to be first. It's like it's mind-bogglingly ignorant and stupid to think that somehow everyone's going to be first. And in fact, Jesus even said, "The first shall be last, right? And the last shall be first." and we are in a time where even the concept of civics, like of having respectful conversation, of having a chance to listen to other points of view, to hear others. Instead, the discourse has become almost coarse. It's become rude. It's become somehow selfish, where you don't really, I don't really, I almost can't watch news or media because it seems so dark. So then the challenge for all of us and anybody living in the world today is to be able to understand processes, right? To be able to read reality. I often tell my children that, in fact, rather than happiness, you should hope for discernment. You should hope to be able to read reality well and not be simply concerned only for your happiness. But if you desire the happiness of the world, if you desire the happiness of others, and you learn through the power of discernment, which is a power that we have, the power to read reality, we can actually have a much more positive impact in the world. And I guess one of the questions that I've always had is this promise that's in the Lord's Prayer, which is a prayer that I learned as a child, and I'm sure many of us did. He says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." And then he says this really interesting prophetic statement, which is a prophetic statement. He states, "Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven," right? And I think about that a lot because, in a sense, that's what we're engaged in, right? We're living in a time where we can see that humanity is one human family. We can see that we're interdependent, despite tariffs. We can see that we have the capacity to, through science, through everything around us, that we really depend on each other, and that the world has become smaller and smaller. So I had written this song many years ago, and I guess one of the ideas was this question about, okay, so let's just say that we accept the idea, again, up to each conscience, each soul in the world, that Christ was right, and that the kingdom of God would come to this world, and that world would be like it is in heaven, which means that there must be a greater world, which I talked about earlier, the greater world, which is an ideal world, right? It's a world where there is harmony, there isn't conflict, there's peace, there's joy. I always used to laugh about the hair product that was called No More Tears. I thought, wow, wouldn't that be amazing if we could all use that? But the Baha'i teachings actually say that world is a world of joy, and it's a world of harmony and peace and unity, right? And probably, if there's unity, there's probably justice, right? It's the world where the difficulties of this world get resolved, and where we understand, perhaps we understand this world better from that perspective. But what I find so interesting is Christ says, "Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven." So that means that he said that this world would become like that world, right? It would become a place of peace. And I wrote this song called "When Will It Be," really about this idea. And I'll play it for you now. When will it be? Oh, just one. When will it be? When will it be? Oh, just one. When will it be? I see your loved ones there, captive in the claws of hate. I see your loved ones here, wondering what will be their fate. And I hear them asking you, when will it be? When will it be? I see your poor ones there, living in squalor and misery. I see your rich ones here, empty words and empty pity. I hear them asking you, when will it be? When will it be? Cruelty knows no reason. Cruelty knows no season. Cruelty like a beast that knows no bounds. Cruelty from the left. Cruelty from the right. Cruelty from all sides. It has no vision, no feeling, no vision, no feeling, no vision, no sound. When will it be? Oh, just one. When will it be? When will it be? Oh, just one. When will it be? We are your billion souls, longing for love and unity. We are your waiting souls, waiting for your melody. And I hear them asking you, when will it be? When will it be? When will it be? Oh, just one. When will it be? When will it be, oh kind one? When will it be? When will it be? When will it be? May I just ask our host, Firuz, do I have a bit more time?
Till the end of time, Jack.
Oh, my children would give me a very hard time. Usually when they come with me, they used to go like this. Stop.
No, 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 please go ahead.
Okay, so I'll do a happier song now. Uh, I wrote this song with a good friend of mine named Douglas John Cameron, or Doug Cameron, years ago. And it's called Unity House. And I wish you could sing along, but it's really hard to do that on Zoom too. So this goes like this. It's about the idea of come into my unity house, right? Because if you think about it, the world has become so small that we could probably compare it to people living in a big house, right? And at one end of the house, people live on $1 a day or $2 a day. My daughter always says, "Where do you get these statistics?" Well, I actually looked them up. It's around $2.12 now that many people in the world have to live on every day. And then you have over here you have whether they're the Russian oligarchs or the or the American oligarchs. They're all oligarchs. They're billionaires who have more money than 50 generations could spend, and they're living in a very nice part of the house, and over here they're living in the very poor part of the house, right? But it's really one house. And until we solve this problem of disparity, until we solve this very difficult problem of the vast gap between rich and poor in the world, we will continue to suffer. the very rich people, even though they may not seem to be suffering, will actually suffer greatly because of their lack, perhaps, of concern for all the people who are poor. And if you look at the lives of Mahatma Gandhi, the lives of um, Martin Luther King, the lives of Nelson Mandela, the lives of Mother Teresa, we have these iconic figures through the last century who who have stood out to us. And why have they stood out to us? Because they dedicated their lives to improving the lives of the poor. And they spoke out and they stood up and they sacrificed, many of them, their lives, their safety. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. You know, this reality that we live in, which is so profound in cruelty that we can't really take it in. it's so cruel that so many people suffer and so many people have more than they'll ever need. And so finding this, and this is actually Baha'u'llah said, one of his purposes, he says, in coming, was the reconstruction of the world, the demilitarization of the world. He talked about these things in the 1860s, he wrote about them, and said that these problems needed to be solved by a vast assemblage of human beings coming together to address them. And, you know, we've been trying to do that. We tried to do it with the League of Nations, then the United Nations. We still haven't done it. But we have to do it. We have to address these vast discrepancies. Now, I know I was talking about doing a happier song, but this is the real importance of this song is Unity House, because it talks about how we're all in this one house. And we need to have unity, right? So it goes like this. So come into my unity house. Forgotten the words. And come into my unity house. The day is long. We're singing this song in the unity house. Yes. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 come into my unity house. The wind is strong, the day is so long, but it's warm inside. Come into my unity house. The day is long. We're singing this song in the unity house. This is your turn. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. So come into my unity house. The wind is strong, the day is long, but it's warm inside. Come into my unity house. The day is long. We're singing this song in the unity house. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. One of the places that I don't know how many of you gone, and maybe I could see a show of hands, but how many people have actually been to the Baha'i Gardens in Haifa? can I see? I'm looking here. A number of people. Um, I got the opportunity in 2001 to be the musical director for the dedication of the terraces on Mount Carmel, which was a really remarkable thing. It was in May of 2001, sorry. And it was an amazing event because they had finished all of these marvelous gardens and stairs going up the mountain, Mount Carmel, and all of these buildings along this arc that were part of this idea of, and it's very interesting because it's referred to as an arc, A-R-C, but in fact the idea of the completion of these buildings and the completion of the gardens meant that this arc of human salvation, A-R-K, was complete, right? And that meant that in a sense, these gardens were a place again for the leaders of the world in the future would come and pay tribute to the founders of the Baha'i faith, the Bab and Baha'u'llah. And on that mountain is a beautiful shrine, the shrine of the Bab, and you can see it from almost everywhere from the streets below, and for quite a ways away from Haifa, you can see the golden dome of the shrine of the Bab. But the thing that really struck me is how beautiful the gardens are. So sort of we're back to gardens, right, Firuz? We're back to talking about these amazing, not just the structures, but the beauty of the gardens around it. And many of the people there in Haifa refer to them as the hanging gardens because they have these terraces going up there and all of these beautiful flowers and plants and trees. So there's a song that was written, I think it was written by Jeannie Murde, and it's called The Queen of Carmel. And she wrote this song. I haven't been able to find out very much about her. And if anybody knows more about her, I'd be interested in learning more.
Jack, the friends are writing for me that Jack's voice is becoming less in volume.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just a messenger.
No, I know, and I'm so sorry. I really should have a microphone, but I thought I would be okay being this close.
Next time.
But I will get a mic next time. But I wanted to sing this song about the Queen of Carmel, and anybody that wants to sing along with me would be welcome. And I don't know where I put the lyrics, but they must be here somewhere. Yes, here they are. You know this? Do any of you know this song? I'm sure you do. It goes like this. Standing on a mountain, looking unto God, the Lord of lords, belong kingdoms of earth and heaven. Land and sea rejoice this day, the day of revelation. Cry out, O Zion. Cry out to your Lord. Cry out, O Zion. Circle round in adoration. Circle round your That's probably singing too softly too, right?
Was wonderful, Jack. It was wonderful.
Oh, good. Okay, so time for one more song?
Absolutely.
Okay. Um, you know, I sometimes might be accused of being, what's the best word? Overly optimistic. my, my mother made us, when we were kids, sort of, older kids in our early teens, she made us read a book called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Does anybody here know that book? Yes, you see? And probably we're a little older if we know that book, because Norman Vincent Peale was the minister at the United Church, the Presbyterian Church on Fifth Avenue in New York for over 50 years. And I had read this book as a kid, right? And I was in New York for work, and the kids had come, the whole family had come along, and we were going out to eat on a Sunday morning. And I walked by this church on Fifth Avenue, and there's a statue just outside just in this little garden, another garden right beside the church. And I look at the statue, and it's got a plaque on it that says, Reverend Norman Vincent Peale. and I thought my life had come full circle, right? Here I was with my family, with all my kids, my wife, and we're walking past this church, and there's Norman Vincent Peale standing there in all of his positive glory on Fifth Avenue. And I just thought, and because I lost my mom when I was pretty young, I thought, I'm sure that she's guided me here just to remind me that I need to be positive, right? And she went through such a difficult struggle with colon cancer, and eventually died in her 40s. But it was just, even through all that, in a very difficult time, she always was so positive. And I really appreciated later in life that I had somebody that was extremely positive about everyone. She was considered kind of the social worker of our little towns that we grew up in Saskatchewan. So I wrote this song, and I originally wrote it for a Kodak commercial, and then it turned into a song that got used for the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. They changed the words because another company, Kodak ended up not using it, and they used it for what was it? AT&T, and AT&T was a sponsor of the 1996 Olympics. And so I went down and got to hear a big choir sing this song every night on the AT&T stage with all different artists singing it. And over the years, it's been sung by so many different artists for television shows and for graduations and all kinds of things. But I remember the original idea was that, and something I believe so strongly, that the greatest moments for all of us, the greatest moments for humanity, are still to come. We've only started this journey of exploring our capacity for love, for unity, for cooperation, for harmony, for peaceful coexistence in the world. And you might look at that right now and say, okay, he's really drinking the Kool-Aid. He's really taking that Norman Vincent Peale thing seriously. However, it is absolutely, I've realized later in my life that it's the only way that I can see it. I can't see it any other way. And I'm sure that many of you do as well. But this song was really I wrote it in about 10 minutes, almost the time it took to play through it. The whole idea just appeared to me, and I'll just tell you a little funny story. I wrote the song on the way to the studio because I got a call from Peter Greco in New York from a company called Y&R, which is a big advertising firm. And he said, Jack, I need a song for Kodak. And you just have to use something. I don't have a line for you yet, but you say something about the greatest moments, right? Kodak moments. So on the way over to the studio in the car, I'm tapping away on the dash and I'm singing this idea, this song. And I'm sure anybody watching me would have thought that I was certifiable. But I wrote the song on the way to the studio in about 10 minutes. That's all I had. And it's kind of flushed out over the years because songs are like children. They develop, they grow, they become part of your life, and then they travel out there in the world, and if you're lucky, those children will send you a check. So this is one of my favorites. Listen, people, I'll tell you something. The world is moving to a world of one. A world of oneness, of inspiration. The greatest moments, the greatest moments are still to come. If we could see what just one could imagine for a moment when it could be done, a moment of insight, of inspiration, the greatest moments, the greatest moments, the greatest moments are still to come. Now is a great time to be alive. The world is moving to a brilliant sun. Now is a great time for man, woman, child. I tell you, children, I tell you something, some people. I tell you something, my human family. I tell you something, the greatest moments are still to come. Believe in your best, do your best to believe. A moment of truth, a moment for one man, one woman, one child, one planet. The greatest moments, the greatest moments, the greatest moments are still to come. Now is a great time to be alive. The world is moving to a brilliant sun. Now is a great time for man, woman, child. I tell you, children, I tell you something, some people. I tell you something, my human family. I tell you something, the greatest moments are still to come. are still to come. Now is a great time to be alive. The world is moving to a brilliant sun. Now is a great time for man and child. Tell your children, tell you something, listen people. Tell you something, my human family. Tell you something, the greatest moments are still to come. The greatest moments are still to come. The greatest moments are still to Firuz, thank you.
How can we thank you?
Oh,
Jack, I have to read a few things for you. You can't leave us so quickly. Yeah. Uh,
I don't want to leave you. I just thought maybe you'd had enough.
no, you know that that's not true. Dr. Etemad wrote for us, tonight was a gift of Rizwan. Thank you, Jack. And there was another one was thank you for having Jack Lenz give us the heartful fireside. Thank you, Jack. Beautiful voice. Thank you. Uh, there are a lot of uh, thank yous, and I wanted to welcome, although it's a bit late, but Shu, who's from San Francisco via China, Furuzan June, and Alice. Are you there, Alice? Alice, thank you for coming. Faride June, thank you for being here. Nargis Khanim Astani, and the list goes on. So, so I wanted to let you know that there that particular hidden words which was read, a nice friend of mine, Joni, put it on a nice Google something, and she can share she can share a screen,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
um and she can read it, and Tara can actually uh, uh just, if you want, chant it. However, I'm just wondering if anyone has a comment. Alice, I can hear you. I can just see you speak, but you are muted. If you have any comments or any question, whatever, Siminjan, go ahead, please.
Aloha, Maz. I am in Vancouver, but for 13 years we were in St. John's, and our community invited Doug Cameron came to our community and attended our fireside also. So I am very pleased today from your program, and also I just want to ask Jack if he has any news of Doug Cameron.
Well, Doug and I have worked together now for probably, although neither of us would like to admit it, but I first started working with Douglas in 1980. So it's literally been 45 years. And he continued after Mona with the Children and several wonderful Baha'i albums or Baha'i inspired albums. He and I worked together writing music for children's shows for years after that. And so I hear of him, and I hear that he's still playing in bands, still working with. We really both should stop, but it's a bug that you get when you're a child. When you practice the piano so much that you realize that this is what you're going to be doing forever, right? So Douglas is the same. He's always playing in a band. He's just the same sweet, wonderful, talented person, and I know he would love for me to say hi to you.
Very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alice, did you want to say thank you, Siminjun? Alice, did you want to say something?
Just thanks, Jack. I know I've met him someplace, heard him play someplace. I've been here sitting here trying to think. Did you ever know Jack Boland?
I remember I remember you said Jay or Jag?
Jack Boland.
Oh, Jack, of course. Yes, of course.
Did you ever come to Church of Today in Detroit?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think where, because Norma Benson Peel and all of that, I was Unitary at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the other place very close that I've spent a bit of time with, because we have a children's theater chapter in Flint, Michigan now.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably where we
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do camera for Grand Rapid and that part.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, so nice to see you, Alice. And
Yeah.
and
I was sitting here. I said, I know him. It was wonderful. Music is good for us.
Oh, that's for sure, for all of us, for sure.
Yeah, music is good. And I see Valerie Smith.
I
want to say hi to her on your on here because I'm Facebook fan with her. So I see.
Well,
Okay, remind me how I know you.
Facebook.
Yes, I know. I spend my many waking hours on Facebook. I'm all too aware of that.
I used to talk to you a lot on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recognize your face and your name.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just wanted to read a few more messages for Jack. Another message. Thank you, Jack, for sharing your gift of beauty and joy with us in the music you have created. I really enjoy every song. Your love shines through clearly. Another message. I've always wanted to meet Jack. What a wonderful opportunity to finally connect with him and experience his presentation. Love. Happy Ridván.
Well, thank you so much.
Angela, thank you. That was great to hear Jack's music. Happy Ridván to all of you. Friends, I just wanted to say that, can I share a song with Jack? Arthur Daviau. Can I
Yeah.
share?
Please.
Uh,
I'd love
Arthur,
to hear a song, Arthur.
Arthur, if you think I can open my screen and share your song, I can't do that. And I'm admitting it in front of 10 million people. But other than that, maybe Joni can do that. Let me explain one thing. We will till about 8:30, 8:35. We continue our gathering, and after that there will be a devotional and we will say prayers. Okay, thank you so much. So there are so many beautiful messages for you, Jack. Beautiful messages. So at this point, if you don't mind, I'll get another question, and then we'll see. Alice, can you get ready to say a prayer by any chance a little later?
Yes, I would be honored.
You see how wonderful to have you. Always join us. You add so much, Alice.
Hey, you guys add to my life too. This is not a one-way thing. This is a two-way street, and giving and receiving is the same to me. So I am just love to be here with you. Love, love, love. It's just so much love.
Aziza, thank you. Thank you.
Fruzan Khanum,
Dr.
may I say
Moharemi,
something?
go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I want to share a memory that many years ago we formed a group in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. We called it Unity in Diversity Group. Actually, this group received lots of money from both federal and provincial governments, and we provided community with lots of musical presentation and speeches, lots of things. But anyway, Jack came to Sault Ste. Marie twice with that budget that we had. But anyway, in one of the presentations to a big crowd in Sault Ste. Marie, he said that if you want to promote unity in diversity, go and see Persians and have Tahdig. Tahdig promotes So this story stayed with me after so many years. So I want to just share it with you and Jack.
He remembers that.
It seems that Jack remembers it well.
Yes, Arthur. You know, it's wonderful too because those are very special days. I remember going to Sault Ste. Marie, and always, you know, it reminds me of a story about Buffy St. Marie.
Yes.
She was a wonderful indigenous artist, and I worked with her for many years. And we traveled all over the world for about almost over 15 years. I traveled literally all through South America, all through Europe, um, the Far East as well. And everywhere we would go, she would want to know who these lovely people were that always brought flowers and food. And of course, I would say, well, those are the Persians, and they're the Persian Baha'is, and they're especially hospitable. And she was always amazed that no matter what community we went to, the Persians would show up with flowers, candy, and food. And we did a concert in Gothenburg, Sweden one time, and you know, the stage was a fairly big stage. It was a beautiful hall, and all these Baha'i friends, mostly Persians, came in Gothenburg to meet Buffy and to say hello to me. And we had no seats left in the house. Normally there would be somewhere where we could put all these friends. And Buffy said, you know, let's put them on the stage. We've got room for them on the stage. So she put chairs all around the back of the stage. And for the whole concert, our band and her were surrounded by the Baha'is. I'll never forget that feeling that was there, because she welcomed them so warmly, and they were so thrilled to be part of it, but they had no idea they were going to be on stage for the whole show. It was a fantastic time. But I would always tell her, the Persians are the most hospitable people in the world. And she would say, yes, I know, they bring flowers every time. So that's what Sault Ste. Marie was like as well, Arthur. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mugharabi. Thank you. Yasamin Jun, go ahead, please.
Well, hi everyone. Thank you very much. My question, thank you very, very much. It reminds me of when I was young and we used to sing your songs in Iran and so on and so forth. I'm just wondering, are you going to the convention this year? Are you in Canada just now?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto, and
Oh,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So I'm hoping to come to parts of the convention.
And would
Because
you play for us?
oh, I would love to. I hope that I could.
Yeah.
I'll call Karen Mackay and ask her if she'll let me.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much.
That's very
No,
nice to see you.
it's after, it's my second time coming to a convention, of course, as a guest, but hopefully I get there. Let's see.
Oh, good.
Thank
I
you.
hope so too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shoo, shoo, shoo.
Oh, it's such a treat. It's just really beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Lenz. I wanted to share, I don't have a question. Want to share the song you sing earlier. You said a reminder for yourself. You wrote it for your children. I think I probably did an illustration for it. So I did this piece of a site-specific installation after my 9 days of pilgrimage. It's a rather large piece. It's 15 feet high.
Wow.
And I don't know if you're able to see the staircase with all the names of
Oh,
that
beautiful.
you were singing in your song.
That's extraordinary. Thank you for showing me.
Yeah, I just thought, oh wow, so you use music, but I use visual to
Yes, it's
express,
beautiful.
but it's basically the same thing.
Yes.
And there's parts of this was in 2012 in San Francisco
Wow.
in an art center. The part of the project is a viewer participatory. So the trees it's a very large tree printed on the canvas. Well, at the beginning of the show, it was just branches. So at the end of the show, I invited people come to the show. So here's some detailed photos. I asked them to place a leaf with the name of their loved one, you know, right on the leaf they placed on this. So I call it a unity tree, and with a message of unity. And by the end of the show, these two trees were full of leaves.
Wow.
So that's the later view.
Yeah. Well, if you have, I mean, maybe you and Firuz could collaborate, because if I could, or are they printed anywhere else? Shu, are they in a magazine?
I have a large digital file, but the work has been taken down because it's site-specific installation. It's 15 feet high. I have no place to, you know, I showed it twice. Once in the Community Art Center. The second time was in the old San Francisco Baha'i Center, the older one. We have a large building. Actually, the
Sue, my love, I hate to stop you. I just hate, but
okay, yes.
hold on. The friend who can screen share and put that hidden words on the screen has to leave. Joni, my love, my sister, I'm so sorry. Is it possible for her to do that and then we continue this till morning? So I'm sure you know how much I love you, but I didn't want Joni to. So
Yeah.
I'll just say, Firuz, if you could help me get Shu's information, I would love to know more about this, because I'm actually doing a film about art and music.
Jack, you're not going anywhere. Wait until Joni finishes, and then we will continue the same conversation. How about that? Perfect. Okay, Joni Azizam, go ahead, unmute yourself, and yeah.
Oh, ye dwellers in the highest paradise. Oh yes, that's beautiful.
Did you want somebody to read that, Firuz, or sing it?
I don't know what do I do, Jack? Would you like to read it?
Sure. It says, O ye dwellers in the highest paradise, proclaim unto the children of assurance that within the realms of holiness, nigh unto the celestial paradise, a new garden hath appeared, round which circle the denizens of the realm on high and the immortal dwellers of the exalted paradise. Strive then that ye may attain that station, that ye may unravel the mysteries of love from its windflowers, and learn the secret of divine and consummate wisdom from its eternal fruits. Solaced are the eyes of them that enter and abide therein.
What hidden words is that?
Thank you, Joni. Thank you so much. I will.
Hidden word is that?
I will. Okay, Joni, take care.
Thank you so much. A beautiful night, everybody. Happy Ridván.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ridván. I think it's number 18 from the Persian.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe.
That's what Tara said earlier, yes.
Okay, go ahead, please. Shu, continue with your artwork.
No, I just think it would be wonderful to be able to do this type of musical, like a musical and visual art presentation with what you're talking about, especially with those large pieces, the 15-foot pieces, and then having music that sort of could accompany them. I think that would be really interesting.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I always feel such pity. I cannot play music, instrument, or sing. So I have tried to paint music.
Yes, beautiful.
This is one of the piece. It's from Guzheng, Chinese. I trying to visualize what I hear, the melody. So I painted, but I also have a site-specific project, I will set up design, sort of graphic design, and I put earphones and I have viewers come to the show. They would listen to the same music. I invited them to paint. So, so these are some of the Baha'is in Netherlands and some just, community people.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a contemporary art. And that's what I think the beauty of the Baha'i teaching, the unity in diversity. We can hear the same melody, the same message, but based on our own culture and background, we can have a understanding just suited for us.
Yes.
You know, that's what attracted me to become Baha'i 32 years ago in China.
Wow.
So it's, and then I have been trying to also combine music and poetry and then painting. So this piece was done from Ruhia Kanun's poem, This is Faith.
Yes.
Yeah, so the back painting, it's a two painting in one hanging in front of another.
Beautiful.
I remember when I showed in San Francisco in 2010, I displayed the poem and I also display the earphones with the MP4, like, with the music for people to listen. I literally have so many people like grabbing my hand, asking me, who is this Ruhia Kanun? They never heard of it. I think she's so well known in the Baha'i world, but outside the Baha'i world, not many people know.
Yes.
I even had people, sort of blaming me, like, how come you don't make some prints of this poem so we can take it with us? I never thought of that. It's just really interesting when you put out artwork in the public space, the response from people, it's just really beautiful. Thank you, I think.
That's incredible. I would love to find to be able to look at it closely. So I'll get Farouz to help us.
Okay, thank you.
Shu,
Beautiful.
Shu, you have my email. It is in the chat.
Yes.
Contact me. People are leaving
Okay.
messages for me here. Let's be in touch. But Shu, don't leave because we need a Chinese prayer in
Okay.
in our devotional. You know that.
Yes.
Okay, Kathy, thank you so much for putting Doc Cameron. I appreciate it. A friend wrote here, Jack, your music kept me going through some of the challenging times of my life. I still have your original cassettes. And she is not the only one. You know that.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. There was a question, Shahraju, love you, Shu, don't go away. We'll talk. Shahraju, go ahead, please.
Yes, I don't know if Jack remembers me, but we were Baha'i youth 200 years ago. And it was the time of music and singing, the 60s and 70s. I think 60s and 70s were the most wonderful period in North America within the Baha'i community. And Toronto and Montreal was glowing with it. So conventions and everything. I have no idea if you remember me.
Of course I do. And what's so marvelous about that time period is that there was so much creativity, and we really had an outpouring of really creative music and art, and such an incredible time. When I became a Baha'i in Saskatoon, I thought that Baha'is were an arts community.
They were that time.
Yeah.
They were. You could never get together when you didn't start with music and singing,
Yes.
and you didn't continue with music and singing.
Yes.
There was never any gatherings, convention, anything. So that's what my memories is of those days. I
Yes.
wanted to say, if you're going to make a film and have art in it, you should have dancing in it too,
Ah, yes.
expressing the music and the art in movement, because that I think completes it. So I was going to mention that. And Shu said 32 years ago in China, I was in China 32 years ago in Shanghai,
Wow.
and China was glowing too
Yes.
in the 90s.
Yes.
We went 93, 94 was the first time we went to China. And it was, I found China the most spiritual community,
Yes.
because people said, oh, China, but people were so spiritual, and it was constantly moving. And I remember people, actually, you mentioned about Rui Khanum. Most of my friends, Chinese friends, asked me to bring them the Dawnbreaker when I went out of the country. And I was amazed that they wanted to read the Dawnbreakers. And they said Dawnbreaker touched their hearts because their culture and their history was so similar to Dawnbreaker. So, and of course, Rui Khanum was beloved there. She was a shining lamp everywhere she went. But I'm wondering if I find that the Chinese also calligraphy adds a great deal. So I don't know if you have used any calligraphy in your art.
Yeah, you know what, I've had several opportunities to play music in China, and my son actually went for a year of service there, and because he's a wonderful musician as well, and he worked in an orphanage in China and played music for them every day. But when we would go to visit, we would meet so many artistic people who were both singers and poets and calligraphers and painters. It was really quite extraordinary. It was mostly in Beijing, but where he was. But I was really struck by how creative the spirit was there. And I worked with a number of both Baha'i friends and other friends that they had met who were involved in music. It was really inspiring. I have to tell you one funny story. Our son Harrison is a fairly big guy, and he plays guitar and sings. And all these kids were kids that didn't have a home because they had disabilities and their parents didn't keep them, unfortunately. And they'd all be sitting on the floor or in their wheelchairs, and they'd be in a circle. And he would be sitting there playing the guitar, and the song that they wanted to sing every day was Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It was their favorite song, and I'll never forget that. Their faces were so beautiful. But I agree with you. We felt a real sense of spirit in the people that we met. It was really interesting.
I have to welcome one of our greatest friends, Gary. Show your face. Gary?
Where are you, Gary?
Hello, Pa.
Allow up, Gary. We don't see you. Are you in your car right now?
Yes, I am driving. That's why you didn't see my face.
Shame on you, Gary. Get home quickly. We want to ask you to say prayers. I wanted Jack to see how beautifully you pray.
I am en route. I am 5 minutes away from my house, but I am listening. Until then, Allah, Pa, everyone.
Allah, Gary, don't drive fast.
I don't.
Okay, we will wait for you, and we love you.
Love you too, and I'll be there momentarily.
Okay
Thank you.
then.
Okay,
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I listen.
Okay. Kathy, did you want to say anything? You raised your hand, Kathy. Kathy's frozen. Kathy? Okay. I just wanted to say the friends who are going to say prayers, it would be Alice, of course, Gary, Tara, Shu, Mike. Are you ready to say a prayer, Mike? Nargis Khanum from Malaysia, Shu, and whoever else who would like to say prayers, you're more than welcome. Okay, Kathy, you have a phone call, I understand. So, Mike, can you say a prayer, yes or no? Just say yes. Oh, you are muted, Gary. Mike, I'm sorry. Mike, you're
Yes.
perfect.
Yes, I could say a prayer, but I'm not ready this second.
No. Nobody is ready this second. We all need a lot of time. Okay, then let's Jack, let me thank you so very much for sharing this beautiful evening with us, with your music, with your all the things that you shared with us about the faith, about your trips, about the Baha'is, and about the principles. We don't know how to thank you. You see how everyone loves you. Thank you. Give our love to your family, and give our love to Mercy John, and give our love to the whole family. Would that be okay?
Children's prayers, since you're starting prayers. This is a song, one of the first Baha'i prayers I set to music.
Go ahead, please.
And maybe you'll remember it. Oh God, guide me, protect me, illumine the lamp of my heart, and make me a brilliant star. Thou art the mighty and powerful. O God, guide me, protect me, illumine the lamp of my heart, and make me a brilliant star. Thou art the mighty and powerful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate a chance to see you all, and wishing you happy Ridván. I forgot to say that Ridván means paradise. And we're in paradise. Thank you.
I'm in paradise.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Happy Ridván.
Ridván too.
Are you leaving us, or are you staying for the prayers, Jack?
Our nurse comes for our daughter in
Oh,
a few
okay
minutes,
then.
so I have to go and make sure everything's okay to start the evening with her.
Give
But,
her our love, and we
yeah.
love you.
But I sure will be thinking of you all. God bless.
Thank you. Thank
God
you so
bless.
much. Thank you. Alice, please start. Alice, Tara, Shu, Mike,
You
Gary.
want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Well, I'm gonna do something that back in, I guess, my day. Amazed and grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious thee that grace appear. The hour I first believe, when we been there 10,000 years, bright shine in as the sun. We know less days to sing God praise than when we first believe. Allah pa ya Baha'u'llah pa.
Thank you, Alice. Hi.
That's the way we used to sing it in the church.
Yeah, beautiful. We can't hear you, Furuz Khanum.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Alice. Alice, between now and eternity, every single fireside you should sing this, okay?
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Nuri Jun. Thank you. Tara John.
Hi, Alice.
Then verse number 1. به نام ینده توانا ای صاحبان هوش و گوش، اول سروش دوست این است. ای بلبل معنوی جز در گلبن معانی
جای مگزین وی هدهد سلیمانش جز در سبای جانان وطن مگی و عنقای بقا جز در قاف وفا محل مپذیر و هدهد سلیمانش جز در سبای جانان وطن مگیر و عنقای بقا جز در قاف وفا محل مپذیر جز در قاف وفا محل مپذیر این است مکان تو اگر بلا مکان به پر جان برپری و آهنگ مقام خود رایگان نمایی این است مکان تو اگر بلا مکان به پر جان برپری و آهنگ مقام خود رایگان
May I ask Nargis Khanum from Malaysia, she needs to leave. Nargis Khanum, thank you for sharing tonight with us. Please go ahead. Next time we need to see your Chinese grandchildren.
This is a unity prayer in Malaysian language. Ya Tuhanku, ya Tuhanku, persatukanlah hati hamba-hambamu dan perlihatkanlah kepada mereka maksudmu yang agung. Semoga mereka itu mentaati perintah-perintahmu dan tunduk pada hukummu. Tolonglah mereka itu, ya Tuhan, dalam usaha mereka, dan karuniailah mereka itu kekuatan untuk mengabdi kepadamu. Ya Tuhan, janganlah Engkau biarkan mereka itu, tetapi bimbinglah langkah-langkah mereka dengan cahaya pengetahuan-Mu, dan riangkanlah hati mereka dengan kasih sayang-Mu. Sesungguhnya Engkau penolong dan Tuhan mereka itu. Abdul. I want to say this children's prayer. That's also the very first prayer I memorized in Chinese. Oh God, guide me, protect me. 上帝啊，指引我，保护我，点亮我的心灯，使我成为灿烂的明星。您是全能者、全权者。I always felt, no matter how old I am, I'm forever the little child. It feels very close to my heart. I still say it very often.
Now that you said this, I will say my very first hidden word I memorized in English, maybe 40 years ago. O Son of Spirit, noble have I created thee, yet thou hast abased thyself. Rise then unto that, for which thou wast created.
Mike, your pray.
Mike Faraday
Okay.
is here, by the way.
Yes. Okay, this, everything is pretty new to me, but this is a prayer that my wife Evelyn asked me to say a number of times. O God, refresh and gladden my spirit, purify my heart, illumine my powers. I lay all my affairs in thy hand. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful or grieved. I will be a happy and joyful being. O God, I will no longer be full of anxiety, nor will I let trouble harass me. I will not dwell on the unpleasant things of life. O God, thou art more friend to me than I am to myself. I dedicate myself to thee, O Lord. Abdul Baha.
I would like to offer this prayer for triumph of the cause, and how I recite it, I always chant a verse from another prayer thereafter. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. He is God, O Lord my God, my well-beloved. These are servants of thine that have heard thy voice, given ear to thy word, and hearkened to thy call. They have believed in thee, witnessed thy wonders, acknowledged thy proof, and testified to thine evidence. They have walked in thy ways, followed thy guidance, discovered thy mysteries, comprehended the secrets of thy book, the verses of thy scrolls, and the tidings of thy epistles and tablets. They have clung to the hem of thy garment and held fast unto the robe of thy light and grandeur. Their footsteps have been strengthened in thy covenant, and their hearts made firm in thy testament. Lord, do thou kindle in their hearts the flame of thy divine attraction, and grant that the bird of love and understanding may sing within their hearts. Grant that they may be even as potent signs, resplendent standards, and perfect as thy word. Exalt by them thy cause, unfurl thy banners, and publish far and wide thy wonders. Make by them thy word triumphant, and strengthen the loins of thy loved ones. Unloose their tongues to laud thy name and and inspire them to do thy holy will and pleasure. Illumine their faces in thy kingdom of holiness and perfect their joy by aiding them to arise for the triumph of thy cause. Lord, feeble are we. Strengthen us to diffuse the fragrances of thy holiness. Pour, enrich us from the treasures of thy divine unity. Naked, clothe us with the robe of thy bounty. Sinful, forgive us our sins by thy grace, thy favor, and thy pardon. Thou art verily the aider, the helper, the gracious, the mighty, the powerful. The glory of glories rest upon them that are fast and firm. Abdul Baha. He who puts his trust in God, God will suffice him. He who fears God, God will send him relief. He who puts his trust in God, God will suffice him. He who fears God, God will send him relief. He who puts his trust in God, God will suffice him. He who fears God, God will send him relief. God will send him relief. God will send him relief. Ya Baha'u'llah.
Friend, I don't know how to say goodbye. This is the hardest part of these sessions for me. Alice, do you want to say a Baha'i prayer or did you leave us? Faranak Jun, it was wonderful to have you here.
Thank you for such wonderful evening.
Gita, you're very welcome. Gita Jun, thank you so much for being here. Okay then.
Thank you very much. It's hard to leave, as you said.
Thank you.
Allah Akbar.
Tara, thank you. Tara, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know, Tara John, I know that you have to be everywhere in every session that they have on Zoom, and you really, really were very kind to us to come here and to stay with us. I'm grateful to you. Thank you so much. Aziza. Qurbanet Beram. Aziza. Aziza. Merci.
And we never get tired of your beautiful voice. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you, dear Nuri.
Doesn't matter every day, every day. Thank you.
So as Gary, we should hear from Gary every week.
Gary has a beautiful Friday night devotionals. And Gary, I think it would be a great idea if you don't mind for us to advertise it in this fireside. You can put it in the chat so the friends know that tomorrow night it's going to be.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put that in right now.
Okay, do it right now. It's
okay.
Beautiful. Alice, you can come tomorrow night too. Alice, come back. Friends, thank you very much for being here. فرید جون عزیزم خیلی محبت کردی فرید جون. I sent an invitation to Mike via the clouds. And
Thank you. Mike is his wife is helping him the next role, because she was the granddaughter of first Baha'i of Malaysia, Uncle Yankee. Her mother is Lily, and I know her wife is helping him next world, and Mike is very close to recognize Baha'u'llah. I'm very proud of him. And he will attend, and then Ridván is coming very soon after tomorrow. Happy Ridván, Baha'u'llah proclaim his message. He is the king of the king, Baha'u'llah. Attending everywhere you are, attending your Baha'i festival of the Ridván, please. Mike, where are you? Are you in New York or in Florida now?
No, I'm in Florida, but I'm going on Sunday to a Ridván gathering in this beautiful piece of land by the new river that winds around this woman, Renee. She has this land. It's just going to be, she's trying to figure out what to do with it. I think it's going to be like a community garden. And
that's wonderful news.
So I've been there in the past, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So that
I'm glad you're going to attend the Ridván. Wonderful. God bless you. Ya Baha'u'llah.
I'm so glad you mentioned Auntie Rose. We lived in Singapore, and she's my beloved.
Yeah, Auntie Rose, Auntie Lily.
Auntie Rose,
I traveled with them, for many years, 7 years in that part of the world. I was with them.
Her father, the first Malaysian Baha'i.
Yes.
Yeah, Uncle
Wonderful
Yankee.
friends.
Auntie
And
Rose.
Mike married the daughter of the Auntie Lily.
Yeah.
Second generation of Hands of the Cause. And you had wonderful time. I cannot believe she's gone, but I know she's watching you.
She's not
your
gone.
guardian
She's
angel.
with us. She's with us.
She's here. Yeah, she's here.
Uruz Khanum, would you like to stop the recording, or you just click on it?
thank you so much for reminding me.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
I